Our union has always done many things well, and I don't know that there's any effort that we've undertaken in our history where that is more evident than through this emergency response team program.
December 17th, 2025, I got a phone call from a postmaster in Lake Forest, Illinois. It was very early in the morning. I knew immediately there was something wrong. And she told me that our union steward in the office, Chris Montano, had passed away the night before. Chris was 46 years old. I talked to him all the time, had a very close relationship with him. I immediately got myself together and drove about an hour to the office to see how folks were doing, and it was not good. Chris was really the heart and soul of the office. Everyone loved him. I was dealing with my own grief of having lost him, which is why I felt that I needed to reach out to the ERT to assist me, because I wanted to be there for the carriers, but I also knew that dealing with my own emotions might prohibit that. And it would be good to have someone from the outside who could understand what was going on, but had less personal emotional impact. So the ERT came out immediately. It took a load off my shoulders to have them there and to go around and talk to folks. People in the office were very upset, not just from losing Chris, but feeling like the circumstances of the job had helped to lead to his passing. When people are hit with grief, they don't always know what it is that they need. But when they're able to talk it out and put their feelings out there and release their feelings, it helps them to figure out what they need. They didn't come in there to tell people how they should feel or what they should do. They were there to lend a helping hand and an ear to people. They could talk with folks and hear what does the carrier need to feel better in this moment? What do they need to deal with the situation? On the second day that the ERT was there, I went to speak with Chris's partner and their 4 children. I don't know how I could have faced Chris's family without the ERT there with me.
Rain, snow, sleet, fall, polar vortex, we're out there delivering the mail. COVID, we're out there delivering the mail. Deadly heat, we're out there delivering the mail. But at a certain point, when things happen, you can't not observe it.
I knew this about our members from the beginning, that if we give them the opportunity to help other members, and then we also arm them with whatever skills and knowledge that they need, that our members would definitely take advantage of that. Very early on in my sobriety, there were a lot of members of our union that helped me, that had been on similar journeys themselves and provided support. And I actually had a conversation with a brother with the United Steelworkers that had developed a program that they also call the Emergency Response Team. And we started to think about how could we develop something that was tailored to assist the members of the NALC. We got together and just began working on how could we create a program with a similar purpose, really with a very different structure than what the Steelworkers had, but that would address those needs of our members. We've set up a really extensive process that includes a lot of different people. We are able to very quickly respond to any type of need that's out there.
They have the mechanisms in place to be able to do this. I think that their dedication to this, their desire to want to see it be successful, and their investment in their people is really a model for others.
Right now, the emergency response team is there for the members at the end of the day, when the worst of all possible circumstances have happened. Now, it may be It may be a death because of a heart attack. It could be a death from suicide or from a murder.
This program is the heart of a union. The heart of the union is about its members.
And when Ed call, I'm already getting that knapsack and I'm ready to call, make my plans of traveling, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to be on the call of duty at all times for this program.
Usually a day. I mean, he calls one day and the next day I'll go. Immediately we go into action.
In March of this year, we held our first ERT training for 30 activists from around the country. They came out of that training with the knowledge, tools, and techniques necessary to provide crisis support for our members, and were immediately deployed to the field.
In April of this year, we celebrated our 2-year anniversary of the emergency response team. We started with 30 members, and now we're up to 62, and by the time you listen to this, we'll be over 90 members that have been trained and are ready to be deployed at a moment's notice to help our brothers and sisters. We look on our map to see who's the closest person by, and we try to reach out to them, see if they're available, and they're usually traveling to that station the next day. And I've done over 120 deployments, sending our teams out into the field, and they've all been positive.
First, you got to figure out the transportation. Second is communication on how you guys are going to meet. Third is how you're going to get in the station. And lastly is what style are you going to use when you talk on the workroom floor.
Sometimes you don't have to do any talking. Some people just want to, tell you how they feel.
I got involved in the union because I wanted to help my fellow carriers. And as a retiree, my ability to care didn't go away.
They're ready based on the training that we received from Dr. Lading. And they're ready with the skill set. And they brought with them to the program, they brought a heart that's very magical and cares about other people.
I am a professor of psychology at Loyola University, Maryland, but I'm also a faculty member at the International Critical Incident Stress Foundation. When something bad happens, oftentimes people want to talk to somebody that they can directly relate to. That I have done some of the writings and the works and the teaching and whatever, but sometimes they're like, yeah, I get all that, but I want to talk to somebody that truly understands. And so I feel that if we can give that information to others who can impart that directly to their brothers and sisters, it goes a long way.
The training was wonderful. The doctor, he really educated us about things and things that actually help us in our own life.
Training was intense. I mean, we had a lot of mock meetings and training exercises, and everybody got to share their view. You got to hear the opinions of everybody there at the table.
So he gave us 27 classroom hours of training, 3 solid days, long days, powerful days, days that were very, very moving. He is by far the absolute best teacher that I have ever experienced in my life.
When you experience a critical incident that is like a toxin that enters the body and it enters the mind, the best antidote for that toxin is good information. And so what I like to teach and what the foundation sort of promotes is an ability to help people get that type of information that can serve as the antidote for people. And in turn, to be able to either stabilize where they are or get them to the next level of care if that's what they need. Teaching this type of the 3-day course enables people to, the folks that take this to be able to help the people feel more confident in working with individuals, working with groups. So by the time the training is over, people will have a working and a tactical knowledge of how to deal with individuals in a crisis situation, how to provide information to others in the aftermath of a crisis situation, and how to interact with groups that have been directly affected, or probably more secondarily sometimes, in the aftermath of a critical incident.
I think Dr. Lading's training really prepares you to go in and talk to those members.
People often say 80% of it is showing up, and I don't disagree. But if I can add to that other 20%, in addition to showing up, then I think that what you have is a way to recognize what you can do to help.
Every person handles these stressful situations differently, and that's what the training gave us the tools to do, is to teach us how to deal with these emotions. We're not psychologists, we're not psychiatrists, we're just there to support you and to help you through these situations.
Here we are at the Maritime Academy being trained for the emergency response team, and as we're wrapping up our training, notification came in that a letter carrier in Warren, Ohio was murdered on the job. So the business agents knows what's going on, and we need some help. And it's at that point in time when we're all in the same room, and it's like go, 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 go. And we shifted gears, we rearranged our personal life and headed out to where we were needed. There are a lot of raw emotions there. The conversation elevates where people are very angry, and then they start going down to the pit of despair and feeling of loss of control in their lives, and then we help them build back up to try to figure out how to go back out into the world now in this workplace and keep doing the work that you do serving America.
We've been deployed approximately 20 times. The most recent one we've just had in the Bronx in New York, where an unfortunate incident where a supervisor had passed away right in the office. And a few of the carriers had been in that office when that happened, and they just couldn't believe what they saw. They were devastated, and by the time we got there, approximately 2 days later, they were still traumatized, and they really did need both of us.
We'll read the room. I know that Bob's strength is the introduction part, so I'll always look to him and say, go ahead, this is yours, you start us off here. Mm-hmm. And I tend to observe and look at the room and see who really needs, like who's struggling out there.
We make sure we let all the carriers know that this is voluntary, that they speak to us, right? They don't have to, we're not forceful in that sense, and it's confidential, that what they say to us stays with us, doesn't go to anywhere else, doesn't go to management, doesn't go to anywhere else outside this room. And we just tried to help them navigate through their emotions and let them know that this is a normal feeling that you're feeling, natural, and to work through it. And by these people talking to us, they were able to get their emotions out. We even did a prayer with one of them that really helped him. You can just see the relief on his face when we did that, and it was just comforting to know that we were there for them, and to know that their union was there for them as well. We're letter carriers, they're letter carriers. We know the job, we know the struggles of being out there every day.
We're giving peer-to-peer support.
I've been on one deployment to Minneapolis, and it was involving the school shooting that happened. It was a Catholic school, and it happened to be on the same block as the post office. And so the letter carriers there, many of them were even out on break. They heard gunshots. People were running up the street saying, hey, there's an active shooter. And so it was very traumatic to some of the employees. Some of them really were struggling with it. Just like with any traumatic event that happens to people, time doesn't stop, right? And as letter carriers, we know what also doesn't stop is the mail and the demands on us, So nobody knows better what a letter carrier is going through than another letter carrier. It's the most important part of the ERT, I think, is the R. It's the response. It's just being able to be there and listen, giving somebody your time and attention and letting them talk. It's peer-to-peer counseling.
It's that one call you never want to get in the middle of the night. I got the call on a Thursday night letting me know that my carrier passed. I contacted my business agent, and I didn't know what was going to happen, but I said, we need help. We need somebody to come in here and kind of just talk to us, because we don't even know how to handle this at this situation. And that's when, like I said, the support system of the NAAC kicked in. The NBA made sure that ERT was deployed.
When I got the phone call to go to Decatur, Georgia, we was briefed on what had happened to a carrier. It was emotional. I knew that it was going to be very emotional to go down there, but I knew that I would be able to handle it due to the training that I received from the emergency response team.
I got a call from T. She let me know she was coming. It was comforting to me because at least I knew I had somebody that would support me as well. Then I found out that Myra was also coming, and I was just like, wow, they're actually sending enough people to go to both of our stations.
I think it's important so that we're already going in when there's a tragedy so that the people can deal with it right then and not have to go home and not feel like they're cared about. Somebody cares. Somebody came in to talk to me and not just sweep the incident or the tragedy under the rug.
We was able to help a lot of people there. I'm really proud of this program to be in, to serve.
The fact that it was peer-to-peer is probably like the magic of this situation because it was letter carriers coming to talk to letter carriers. It wasn't somebody in management or EAP.
Fortunately, Brian Renfro and in his contacts with the AFL-CIO and the Steelworkers Union, Brian brought this back to us, and this is what is needed. I leave these workplaces knowing that I'm able to help the membership in that branch work their way through these losses personal losses that they face. And it is hopefully something that as a takeaway the members can come to peace with the loss of one of their own, one of their family.
My first deployment was because of a brother in an office that had committed suicide. He was a veteran carrier. He had over 20 years at this office, and he was a big part of the office, and it really affected everyone.
Initially, suicide wasn't going to be a big component of what we're doing. And, to my surprise, and Manny can talk more about this, the number of suicides, in our craft, it was, to me, just jarring.
A lot of times carriers feel like they're kind of out on an island by themselves, and I think that, we're a family.
We've had 330 letter carriers that have committed suicide since I have been here in Washington. And so that's 16 years, 330 people that have committed suicide, plus 8 or 9 suicide attempts.
Followed up with additional training about suicide prevention and awareness, training on assisting those that may be struggling with addiction or substance abuse.
It seems like on every deployment I've been to, there is an element that comes up that has to do with substance abuse. Sometimes people are struggling with that and they're just waiting for their moment to talk about it. I've been a member of the ERT since the beginning, since its inception, and I was drawn to it because I heard parts about it that had to deal with substance abuse, and I am a recovering alcoholic and have been for 12 years. And the 12th step of Alcoholics Anonymous is that you help others who suffer or are suffering, because that's what keeps me sober, right? By me helping putting it out there.
Peer-to-peer support is very powerful, and especially when it's something related to your job, that you have a union brother or sister that understands the job, that also has received this training and is the type of person that can come in and provide that assistance. I think it creates a very unique avenue for us to have a significantly positive impact.
Brian's, his circumstances brought forth something that has always been needed. And we are helpers one to another. When we see people struggling, I believe as a person, it's our responsibility to try to help them.
I think this is well overdue in my 30 plus years of service for the Postal Service.
I believe that helping other people and living a life of service is truly the secret of happiness and the secret of life. This has by far been the most rewarding work that I've ever done in my career. and I hope to continue doing it the rest of my career. And I think it's something that I'm just drawn to, and that I'm built for, honestly. And so that brings a lot of pride. I think everybody on the emergency response team feels that.
It's that important that I want to drop everything and go help whoever needs help.
I'll be a lifelong member of the ERT. Whether active or retired, I will continue.
I was afraid in the beginning, but I see how important it is. You know that you are there for a purpose. So when you leave, even though you're exhausted, you leave feeling, there's one more that we were able to help. There's this group of people.
You can never quantify at any point in time the impact that you make on someone who is in need, regardless of how large or small that need might be at any particular point in time.
You definitely have to have empathy to be in this program. It's not about you. You have to be very selfless. You have to care. And I think that's what I'm bringing to the team for ERT.
Just an amazing success. First of all, when we asked our national business agents throughout the country to handpick people, they literally pick people with magical hearts that care about other people and are willing to make some sacrifices to go out and help those in need.